stop moving day, so it is an important office. So, our mission is to serve the public and preserve the records of all real estate-related transactions with professionalism and courtesy to all our constituents in a fiscally responsible way. So we record real estate documents mainly, but we also record UCC business filings, tax liens, have the privilege to be able to record military discharges for veterans that bring those in. That's a free service that is required, but it's a privilege to be able to do that. Some people don't understand that if they don't bring their discharge in, we don't have it. So it's not something that we just keep on file. They'd have to go through the VA if we don't have it. But so it is important for those veterans to bring that in, and they can do that for free. So they should. And then they can come get copies anytime for 50 cents. So, you know, we're kind of unique in that we service the public side of the county tax rolls, but also we serve the business and residential development side and provide those title abstracts for those title companies and that clean title you want when you purchase a property. And our guiding statute says we shall record documents, or it says we shall file the same for record immediately, file those documents immediately. So we take that very seriously, that we do get those recorded right away. And, you know, like I said, it's vital for our economy and our tax rolls that we have accurate and timely recording. Just a little history for those of you who weren't here. In 2014, my office took a budget cut, and we had to streamline our operations. We had to cut one staff member, so we have 3 staff members in my office, which if you look across the state, that's a pretty small staff number compared to the number of documents that we do. So we had to readjust our staff hours, change our phone process, change our processing, and just really streamline things. And we were able to do that and keep the staff at 3. We converted 2.6 million images to microfilm that were from microfilm to digital images. So those are available online for the public, for the staff in office to be able to see at any time, which really saves us time and it saves the public. And I counted today, we have 90 years of experience in our office. So that's why we're able to have that skeleton crew, is because we do have a very experienced staff that it just goes. So it's great. But if, you know, we had staff changes in the future, that could change, and we might need to add another person. So where we are now, we're recording 80 to 206 documents per day. That was 25,000 in 2019. Now, recording means we examine it thoroughly, we index it with name and legal description and document type. We go back and audit to make sure that it's been done correctly. If it's a paper document, we're opening the envelope, we're examining it, and then we're scanning it in, we're stamping it, and we're sending it back in the mail. So we'd prefer to have the electronic ones, but paper adds that. And then we may have to reject a document, and it's double the time it takes to do that one. E-recording is the preferred way, as I said. In 2013, when I came in, we were doing about 35% e-recording. And in 2019, we were at 73.8%, so we've greatly improved that. And in 2020, because of COVID, we got to 79% so far this year. Not the way I want it to happen, but it's kind of one of those things that necessity has led to people changing the way they do things, and they've been e-recording more. So that's a good thing. And our staff is able to handle 10,000 documents per employee per year. So it's pretty remarkable, especially if you look across the state at what they do. I took a poll one time, and it was a few years ago, but it was the the highest I could find was about 5,000 per employee. So we're well above that. And that was after a return of a survey that I did of about 70 counties returned the survey. So the software improvements help us to improve our service, and also makes us more efficient. We're returning walk-in documents in 5 minutes. Customers love that. A lot of transfer on death deeds are coming in since the COVID emergency, and people are realizing they need to get that on file, and they love to be able to walk out of the office with that deed in hand. We have a property fraud alert service that is offered for free to anybody that owns property or anybody that wants to put their name in the county, and that's available to anyone, and we try to promote that. We have an inspect. It's on our software program, and it actually helps us by with OCR reading the document as we're indexing it. So it's helping with accuracy and speed on when we have to process a document. And new this year is a program called Condor, and that's a backup. If something should happen and our documents start piling up in the county, in the office, in the Register of Deeds office, Condor can step in, and they actually have a team of people that will index and help process the documents if we start getting a backlog. I hope it never comes to that, but it's nice to have that little bit of insurance policy because, you know, sometimes, you know, people are closing and they can't move into their home until that document's recorded. So you don't want moving trucks sitting in the driveway. Our revenues are about $1 million. And that's gone down in the last few years because the mortgage registration tax was phased out. Probably lost about $2.5 million per year, would you say, Benny? Mm-hmm. So that's gone down because of the phase out of the mortgage registration tax. They did add other technology fees. The treasurer has a technology fund, and a county clerk has a treasurer technology fund that comes into my office. That helps them. My budget isn't increasing except for personnel, and that's 98% of our budget, so not a lot of changes there. Our technology fund does help fund those things that aren't funded in the budget. So our microfilm, our hardware, our software, microfilm scanners, printers, that pays for all of those things that aren't funded through our budget. So, but we also do have one staff member funded through the technology fund. And the land records fund, as you know, if there's excess funds, I can hand that over to be used in other offices, and that's been used this year, and that helps everyone. Approximately $200,000 per year comes into the technology fund. We also have Laredo, Tapestry, and Monarch. Those are user fees. Laredo is a subscription fee that we have title companies that pay each month for that, to be able to have access to our documents. We have Tapestry, which is like a pay-per-use service for people who just need one every once in a while. And then Monarch is actually a flow of all of our documents, all of our documents are available. Some companies want a flow of all of the mortgages coming in, and they pay for that. So that brings in about $35,000 per year, and that goes into the technology fund also. So that is my 2021 budget request. Are there any questions?
Could you tell me a little bit more about property fraud alert? How does that work?
Okay, so you sign up, you can put in either your phone number or your email, and whenever something is recorded in our office, you will get an alert email saying it was recorded. It might be just, you know, that mortgage release that came through, or it could be a fraudulent document, and then you could take the steps to see what's going on, or, you know, you can call our office and find out what it is and get a copy, and then take the steps you might need to do to fight, to deal with that fraud.
All right, thank you. Microfilm. are we trying to just completely phase that out and have it all digital now?
Actually, we did somewhat phase it out this year. We were keeping a copy in our office as well as a copy off-site, which we still have off-site, but I decided we didn't need a copy in our office anymore. There's no reason to pay for that. So I stopped this year purchasing that microfilm. We're very redundant in our office, and the statute does say we need to keep a hard copy of some kind. We don't want to keep paper because we don't have room, so we keep that microfilm to have that hard copy. Maybe that'll be phased out because we do have digital, but, you know, it is kind of nice to know that it's there because we do have to keep those indefinitely forever. And so it is nice to know that they are there. They're stored off-site, so if something happened to the courthouse, we could get to them.
Commissioner?
Yes.
I'll just make a historic comment, I guess, for the two of you that were not commissioners in 2014. There was not a reason her department got a cut. I mean,
Oh.
if there was anything reason, all departments got cuts that year.
Okay, I'm
Department
sorry,
cuts.
yes. I didn't mean to, yeah, I wasn't singled
just didn't want it to look
out.
like your department was for some reason.
Picking on you.
cut. There was nothing negative or anything, and there was no reason. It was just across the board cuts.
I was only there 2 months when it happened, so.
Yeah.
And it was in 2015 when the Bankers Association and the Realtors Association got the $2.5 million cut from the mortgage registration fee
Yeah.
through the House.
And that was phased over a period of years, but the end result was a, large cut.
Any other questions? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.